Hello everyone! The Dragonflight is already behind the corner, releasing on November 28th, and hopefully you guys all collected your transmog sets and new weapons, plus also collected few items like the pet and the toy from the pre-patch event, because this all is going away with the releases of the Dragonflight. These 2 weeks were not as much fun as I was hoping for, but I still myself managed to get my Dracthyr, and along with that collected the transmog sets and new weapons with the new toy and pet. But let's forget about the pre-patch event overall, because with the new expansion we are going to have way more stuffs to do before even Season 1 begins. But first, let's try to quickly recap of what's coming with the new expansion. The Dragonflight is bringing us 4 new leveling zones and 1 starter zone for the new race and class Dracthyr Evoker. Along with this, we are going to have 8 new dungeons, completely reworked professions and UI, and the last thing, which probably all of you are most happy about, is the Dragonriding. The Dragonflight is also bringing us a new season with it, but this season is not going to start until December of 13th, 2 weeks after the release of the expansion. This video might be a little bit more for the people that are actually interested in the season, but of course you can also watch it if you are interested what you can do in these 2 weeks before the Season 1 releases with the new raid. Throughout my beta testing, I actually collected few things that I think you might be interested in doing before the Season 1 and how to prepare for it. Number 1. Level your main to 70. This one is pretty obvious, but not everyone can level at the first days, be it due to work or other things. But because we have 2 weeks after the release to start the Season 1, I suggest to take your sweet time to level. Dragonflight zones are looking amazing, explore them, do the side quests, do some other activities that the new zones offer. Of course, you can rush the leveling, but that's completely on you. But this was mainly just my suggestion that you can spend the 2 weeks of exploring the zones and finding out new things. Number 2. Become a dragon. The new race, Dracthyr, is already inside the pre-patch, but you need the base edition of the Dragonflight to be able to play them. So this is for the people that are waiting for the expansion to release, and on the people's opinion and reviews if it's actually worth it or not. The Dracthyrs can only be Evokers, and Evokers can only be Dracthyrs. They have 2 specializations, Devastation, which is range damage, and Preservation, which is a healer. The Dracthyr start at the level 58 in their new zone, the Forbidden Reach. I will give you a small tip. While you are leveling, when you get the chance to be able to choose your mount, don't forget to actually buy the rest of them from the vendor. Number 3. Unlock the Dragonriding. In the Dragon Isles, we are unable to use our traditional flying mounts to fly around, because I guess there is some kind of strange magic that prevents our mounts to be able to fly. We are gonna be tough about the Dragonriding, which is going to serve us as a flying, and you will be able to unlock 4 mounts that you will be also able to customize for your own liking. Dragonriding have its own talent tree you can unlock, but in order to unlock, you will also need to collect the Dragonriding glyphs that are scattered around the Dragon Isles. Each zone have 12 glyphs. There are videos of each one of the locations, but of course, if you want the challenge to be able to find them on your own, try it, and you will have much more fun. If you want to also carry your friends around the Dragon Isles, remember there is one NPC which you can talk to, and she will allow you to carry your friends on your Dragonriding mounts. Number 4. Level up your professions. Dragonflight professions are pretty new in few things. The gathering and crafting professions have now specialization which can help you in very much different things. I won't go into much details because this video would take forever to make. But there is also small new things that I find quite good. The crafting also gives you experience if you craft the item for the first time, so this is also a great way to level up your alts. Number 5. Gear up your characters. You will have 2 weeks to level up and gear your character until the Season 1 even begins, So you might as well grab your friends and go gear up some characters. There are a few ways you can gear up. It's from dungeons, elemental storm, world quest, and crafting. You will mainly want to do dungeons, elemental storms, or craft your own gear for the best quality. The highest gear available at the first 2 weeks will come from the new 8 mythic dungeons, but keep in mind you can do each dungeon on mythic difficulty only once per week. Elemental storms are like the assaults in the pre-patch. The mobs will give you elemental overflow currency you can exchange at Vordraken. The items that you will be able to get are close to the item level of the raid gear. I can explain the elemental storms in the separate video. Crafting your own gear is a way slower method than the ones I mentioned before, because you will have to spend your time to gather the items and craft the gear you need. But you can now also use the crafting order to let other people to craft you the item you actually need. Number 6. Level up and gear your alts. I highly recommend that you level one character to level 70, because this will unlock you one fly point in each zone, and you will be also allowed to follow the main story campaign and also do world quest. If you unlocked all the talents in the Dragonriding, you will be having a way better time and leveling, because the Dragonriding is account-wide. With the gearing, your alts have the same way as gearing your main. Number 7. Explore the zones. I know, for some people this is really boring, but for me it's a great way to relax and enjoy the new zones. Dragon Isles bring us a lot of different new interesting places, achievements, and some other fun stuff that I don't want to spoil for you. And on to the last number. Number 8. Meet new friends. Yeah, I know, this is probably hard to explain, but finding more friends to play with is always nice. Probably some people will have it like me. I haven't opened myself to meet new friends in the game for a long time, but in the Shadowlands I somehow managed to overcome myself and start building up friendships and relations with other players. Yeah, of course, there are toxic people and there will always be, they are in every single game, but what you can do is just to ignore them and go on and meet more new friends that actually might be able to help you around if you need them. Having friends to play with is always nice, but I understand if some people want to play solo and keep their friend list at the minimum numbers. So if you don't want to play solo but want to find more friends and people to play with, find some guild, find some communities, join them, and make new friends even inside the game, even in dungeons or raids or any kind of activity that you might end up doing. Having all those friends will help you greatly at the start of the season 1 and as the season continues, because all those friends you will be able to do dungeons and help them in some sort of things that they will ask you to, and of course some people will gladly help you back because you once helped them. So this video is coming to an end. These are the things, at least a few, that you can do during the first 2 weeks before the season 1 begins. I will keep this video short, even if I could go into more details, but I think this will give you the basic idea what you can do. Feel free to add more ideas down in the comments if you have any, because I know I forgot to add some things and few things I of course missed. That will be all from me. Enjoy the last days of pre-patch and I will see you all in the Dragon Isles.